Pressure is often treated as if it were one problem. It is not. A racing mind, a difficult conversation, a disorganized practical life, and an old inner pattern may all feel like pressure, but they do not ask for the same response. The first question is not, how do I make all of this disappear? The better question is, where is the pressure most concrete right now, and what is the right place to begin? Welcome to Life Clearly. I'm Luiz Albertini. For more than 25 years, my work has brought together breathing, traditional yoga, meditation, systemic constellations, the body talk system, attention training, and practical education. Along the way, I have taught more than 3,000 students, including older adults, people with visual impairments, and people facing very different forms of pressure in everyday life. Across all of that work, one lesson became increasingly clear. People do not always need more information. Very often, they need the correct entry point. When the mind is racing, more analysis may create more noise. When life is disorganized, an abstract insight may not replace practical action. When the same inner pattern keeps returning, another productivity method may only help someone avoid what needs to be recognized. Different conditions require different starting directions. That insight is the foundation of this podcast and of the 3 educational systems I have developed. The first is breath function. Breath function does not assume that every difficulty requires the same breathing technique. It begins by identifying the result your current signals indicate you need. That starting direction may be mind reset, emotional regulation, sleep downshift, breath mechanics, nasal function, or energy activation. The appropriate response may involve a breathing rhythm, an attention practice, sound, a mechanical adjustment, or another clear instruction. The result defines the direction. The technique comes second. The second system is Survive.help. Survive.help is about life readiness, the practical capacity to handle ordinary pressure responsibly. Documents, money, communication, personal organization, basic safety, difficult decisions. These are the small systems that keep a problem from becoming a crisis. This is not about living in fear or preparing for catastrophe. It is about becoming more capable in the life you already have. The third system is possibility field. Possibility field begins where pressure becomes an inner pattern, repeating thoughts, emotional weight, inner conflict, scarcity thinking, uncertainty about identity, or the feeling of being trapped inside one interpretation. Its purpose is not positive thinking. It is to help you recognize the form a pattern has taken, change the position from which you experience it, and recover access to new possibilities and a real next movement. These 3 systems are connected by one central principle. Pressure is not one problem. Sometimes the useful beginning is to create order through rhythm. Sometimes it is to restore practical capacity. Sometimes it is to recognize the pattern shaping what you experience. Clarity begins when you stop treating every form of pressure as if it had the same cause and required the same solution. That is what we will explore here. Each episode of Life Clearly will begin with one concrete question. Why does the mind become harder to manage when we try to force it to stop? What should you organize before a difficult week becomes a crisis? How can you tell whether the next step is regulation, practical action, or a change in perception? We will keep the episodes focused. One question, one clear distinction, one useful direction, one next movement you can actually take. Some episodes will include a brief practice, others will offer a map, a diagnostic question, or a practical protocol. The goal is not to give you more ideas to carry. The goal is to make the situation more workable. If this approach speaks to something you are facing, begin at luizalbertini.com. There, you can explore the 3 systems and start where the pressure is most concrete for you today. Do not try to solve everything at once. Choose the right entry point. Take one clear next movement. This is Life Clearly. I'm Luiz Albertini. Thank you for listening.